So you want to create an online course, but you're scared to death that you're not going to be able to sell it. I completely understand that is a legitimate concern and it would freaking suck. So what we're going to do today is just abolish that fear, because it will be so much better for everyone if you can move forward with confidence and clarity, take action, get your expertise out in the world of the people that need it. So how this framework came to be is that I've worked with clients for the last 7 years over probably every industry you could imagine on creating online courses and programs, everything from bodybuilding to high frequency stock trading to crystal energy healing to business coaching, all the things. And just in the last year, we've generated over $60 million through these programs and impacted tens of thousands of people's lives. So I am so passionate about this because I think courses have created this unprecedented opportunity to leverage your expertise, do what you love, make as much money as you freaking want, and help so many more people than was ever possible before by transforming your knowledge and productizing it and packaging it in a way that isn't limited by those time and geographic barriers that we once had to succumb to. So with that said, one of the most important pieces of this, regardless of if you have this amazing course you created, if you can't sell it, it was really for naught. I wanted to have an easy way to articulate what was involved with selling your online course that wasn't convoluted and create actually more overwhelm than good when I was explaining it. Because there's so many rabbit holes that you could go down with, like tactics and strategies, or like, hey, you should create a Facebook group, you should do these ads, or you should do this funnel thingy. But if you don't understand the core fundamentals of how to bring people into your business, how to gain customers, everything is gonna seem so sporadic. And I've identified that there's 3 core elements involved with your customer acquisition strategy. So once you understand what these 3 things are, what these 3 components are, you're then able to use them and implement them into your business. So the framework that I developed for this is what I call the 3 B's of selling your online course. B number 1 is build, B number 2 is borrow, and B number 3 is buy. I'm going to briefly explain what these are, and then I'm going to dive deeper in the borrow one today, because I think that has the most potential to immediately impact your business, regardless of what stage of the journey you're on. Whether you're just now creating your first online course, or you've already had courses for years and you're bringing in millions of dollars, just as a reminder of the power that exists within this strategy, I think will serve you very well. And the build is going to be when you're building your own authority, credibility, audience, and your list. So this is more of a longer term game plan. It's something that I think that you should start immediately, and it never really ends until your business is in existence, because it really is just building relationships. That's what it is. It's building a following, it's building credibility, and you're doing this by typically content marketing and providing value over a long period of time and generating and building and strengthening those relationships with your audience. So this is so important, and it's something that I don't ever think you can just stop doing this. But it's, again, a longer term game plan. So if you're creating your course, you have 0 lists, you have 0 following, you could go out there and just I've seen people do this too, where you're on Facebook Live every single day, like you're reaching out, you're connecting with people, you're doing a great job with your target marketing. And even in a few weeks, you can build an audience fairly quickly if you have the right charisma, command, control, and presence, and you're putting yourself out there. So B number 2, which is the focus of today's video, is borrow. So this is the area of focus where I've seen people go from a 0 email list to a $1 million launch. Legit, first time. And it works. You are borrowing the audience of someone else. So you're partnering with someone that has audience following credibility in the same audience or industry as your target market. Finding the right partner can be a game changer for your business. Quickly, I just want to explain the 3rd B. And the 3rd B is buy. And this is pertaining to your paid advertising strategy. And I would also bucket paid media in this area as well. So you can also have media and PR that is more organic in nature, and I would put that in the build. But if you're paying for speaking opportunities or paying a PR company to help feature you in Forbes or Entrepreneur, that's going to be in the buy hemisphere circle. With that said, the second one is the really one I want to focus on, and that is borrow. So in the online course world, this B typically plays out in building an affiliate program or finding joint venture partners. And if you're not familiar with what an affiliate program is, I'll briefly explain it. And it is finding other entrepreneurs, businesses, thought leaders, consultants, whatever it may be, finding someone that already has a relationship and influence over your target demographic or your target market. So they're already serving your ideal customers, but in a different capacity. So it's not like a direct competition, more so like the best example is fitness. If you had a personal trainer and then you had a supplement company or a meal prep company, that would be a great partnership or collaboration because they just go hand in hand. Most people that are working out, they care about their nutrition because you're not going to get in shape, you're not going to get any results without one or the other. And it's mutually beneficial to the personal trainer to have their clients on a good meal program because now they're going to see so many more results, and then vice versa. Like if you're not working out, but you're eating well, you're probably not going to get as many results as you possibly could from the food. So they're promoting to their audience they already have a relationship with, and you're giving them an affiliate commission so basically you're paying them anytime that someone purchases your program through one of their audience members. So I'm not going to dive into the technicalities of all of it. I actually did another video that I can link to below that will give you more insight into the nuances of how this gets tracked with tracking links. I want to try to stick to the big picture and not go on for like a million years here to keep everyone's focus. So one of my favorite examples to share of this is Todd Herman because one, he's one of my favorite people in the world, but he was a business coach for a few years for me. And I found him by purchasing one of his online courses back, I think it was like 2014. But before that, he was working with clients in a different medium, not through the online course modality, but through like actually in person. And one of his clients, after working with him, was like, this is just such amazing like knowledge. You have such expertise. You really need to get this out to more people. You should create an online course. His first course launch, I think it was $1 million. And he had an email list of basically zero because he wasn't serving in this capacity. It wasn't in this online domain. But because of having partners that promoted because they already had an audience, that just catapulted it. And I think the next launch was 2 million. Second example is one of my most recent clients and my favorite project that I've ever worked on with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. And the Knowledge Broker Blueprint was the course that we launched. And that really, really leveraged partners in their customer acquisition strategy. I mean, they did all the things. They did the build, borrow, buy, but borrow was a huge part of it, having other partners promote for them. And I believe the first launch, there was about 850 partners, and that was an over $33 million launch. Significantly influenced by having those partners share with their audience and get it out to the world in such a big way. Marie Forleo's B-School, one of the other most successful courses of all time, one of the OGs of the online space, and it was the first course that I ever bought. But she has had partners as her main acquisition strategy since the beginning, and just up until recently, a few years ago, she wasn't even doing paid advertising, which is insane. But she leveraged partnerships to promote her course. And there's even jokes about it because it launches every year, once a year, or I think around February. And there's like memes that say, watch out, the B-School affiliates are coming, because like there's so many people that promote for her because there's so many people that also have taken the course and gotten results from the program. Probably every single course that you have heard of leverages affiliate partners. So Ryan Levesque with Ask Method, Sue McLaren's The Tribe, Jeff Walker, Amy Porterfield. So, I mean, everyone. Look, I don't think that there's probably a big name out there in the online space that doesn't leverage partnerships because it's such a powerful strategy. And this doesn't also just pertain to online courses because this has been around since the beginning of time. Like one of my favorite business books is actually, I'm pointing to it like you can see it, but The Business Model Generation. And it has like I don't know if it's 8 core elements of a business model. And key partnerships is one of the fundamentals that go into this. So this isn't just like a new phenomenon or this like a phase or a trend that's happening. It's been around forever and it's not going away. So an example of a business that I've been involved with for 8 years or so that is not in the online space that we really, really leverage this is Nutrition Solutions. And that is a meal prep company. And the partners that provide so much value to us are other athletes, so NFL players, wrestlers, just influencers or industry leaders or experts in fitness and biomechanics and biohacking. And they have audiences of their own that love them for like valid reasons. And when they promote Nutrition Solutions, our meal plan program, people are like, yes, I'm in. Like they trust that if you're promoting this, I trust you, I like you, therefore now I like Nutrition Solutions and I trust them. So you're borrowing that credibility, you're borrowing the like, know, and trust factor and leveraging that to move your business forward 10 times faster than you could ever do on your own. You can do this just one-on-one yourself, or you could find the right partners and then you have just 10x or 100x to reach and been able to help so many more people. So what inspired me to share this video with you today is that if there's one thing this pandemic and COVID has taught me, it is that I thrive on human connection and relationships. I don't do well in silo, and life is so much more fun when you experience it with other people. Success is rarely found in isolation. It is found in clusters. And so with that said, I have realized I've already always kind of known like, oh, you should put more focus on building these partnerships and these relationships. But now I'm like, no, I'm doing it freaking now, right now. And so I practice what I preach and I seek out the best mentor or coach or someone that I can just learn from, whether it's a course or in-person or event, that I think does this extremely well. And the best person that I know of is Jay Facette. So he is an absolute master when it comes to JVs and partners and affiliate programs. And we met exactly a year ago when we were both speaking at a mastermind in Colombia, Ron Rake's mastermind. Absolutely amazing experience. But Jay absolutely like blew me away with his presentation when he was speaking on this. So I reached out to him and he's helping me like really go full steam ahead with this. And so when I'm doing something in my business real time, I want to share it with you because it's on one top of mind awareness. My focus is on there, and that's the best time that I can teach when I'm also learning simultaneously and experiencing and seeing the impact that it has. So next week, I'm actually going to be doing Jay's 5-day challenge, 5 partners in 5 days. I'm personally going all in and like really doing this. I'll add the link here because if you're creating an online course or really any type of business, this has so much potential, and I think it would be somewhat foolish not to take advantage of it. So you're probably thinking, okay, Megan, go find the partners. How do I freaking do that? Don't worry, I got you covered because that's where I'm going to dive in and tell you about the joint venture magic formula that I've created and really dissected what the key elements are and how you would go about creating a successful program like this.